wish I knew how to quit you.
Welcome in, everyone, to Barely Educated, podcast by Bears fans for Bears fans. I'm Mark, as always, joined by Chris on this lovely Friday morning in Nashville. Chris, despite being a Bears fan, how are you?
Doing good. It's also a beautiful day here in central Kansas. Yeah.
Thanks.
You're feeling a little fallish almost.
Still kind of summerish here, but yeah, beautiful.
All right, what do we got to do today? There's so many things.
Well, that's the Bears fan experience right there.
Yeah, summarized in a 3-second, just random confluence of sounds, exasperated sounds. That's what it's like. Yes.
That's it in a nutshell right there. So we are here to talk about, I guess, three big things.
Okay.
The Lions game, nothing about that was fun.
No, nothing was fun. No.
The week that was in Bears land, which doesn't have a whole lot of news other than one really bad news because we're the Bears. And then preview the showdown with the Cowboys.
The Flus revenge game. Is that what we're looking at? Is Flus going to get his revenge?
I sure hope not.
Of having tactics.
I hope it's a shootout.
Yeah. Well, that's the only way they can win, right? It's the only way the Bears can win.
Yeah, so let's do the Lions game here. Based on everything we saw Sunday, I can't imagine the defense shutting down the Dallas offense. 52, hopefully no. 30, yeah, they'll probably hit 30.
Yeah.
So that Lions game was unspeakably bad defense at all three. And you kind of just want to, I get it, the coaches kind of did this, like just rinse the palate and move on with your lives. But I don't think it's all doom and gloom coming out of that.
Okay.
Because as bad as the defense was, I thought Caleb played much better.
Yes. Yeah.
And at first I thought I was going to be on an island with that because the interception crowd get loud about any interception. But most people that I've seen online are pretty much in agreement that he went through his reads better. He had a couple inaccurate passes. The interception was a bad, inaccurate, and bad decision pass. And that's what young quarterbacks do some. I mean, he's just going to do that once. I really feel like that's the kind of throw I want him attempting, but I want him to be smarter about, like, to do it. I mean, 2nd and 34 is kind of like, okay, it's just, it never had a chance. But I don't want 6 interceptions. I don't want Caleb with the handcuffs. I want him to be aggressive. So you can't really criticize that even all that. He made a concerted effort, I thought, to go through more reads from the pocket. His pressure to sack rate was better in against Minnesota than it was against Detroit, but he's still much improved through 2 games. And I still think there's every reason to be optimistic about the pairing of Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. There's plenty of receivers open that game. He hit them fairly often. He's still learning the offense. It's not the week to panic about the quarterback.
Nope.
Instead, I invite everyone to panic about the defense.
Yes.
Which has no pass rush. What was my joke? It's the pass mosey on that away. Because they're not rushing anywhere.
No.
They have a pass moseying. Okay? They can't stop the run. Bad. They can't cover anybody. Todd punching bag 29 allowed a perfect passer rating.
Yeah. Say that
you
again.
You and I could have played, and that wouldn't have been any worse.
That's amazing. Yes.
He allowed a passer rating against of 158.3. A perfect passer rating, because the number is weird and formulated stupidly. But the perfect one is 158.3, which is what he is. He got cooked by Amon-Ra St. Brown like everyone does, but even a little extra crispy. He got beat by anyone he was covering, which was pretty much St. Brown and Williams. But
Yeah, and I don't want to defend him, but
then don't.
because
No,
he won't
Steve, go
defend
ahead.
anything. He won't defend anything
Yeah,
either.
exactly. Oh,
But
the irony.
it did him no favors that there was no pass rush up front. You could have
Of
the
course
best
not.
cornerbacks in the world in the history of the NFL, and you give a quarterback that much time to throw, he's going to find people. It's just going to happen. So yeah, he's awful. He's terrible. He's regressed since his rookie year, but I mean, it all starts up front. If there's no pressure up front to speed up the quarterback at all, it's just going to pick you apart all day. So for me, the biggest problem is still the front four, which again to me points back to Ryan Poles and how this game was yet another bad look for Ryan Poles. And I don't know if he can be on the hot seat, right? Because they just gave him an extension. And then you don't want to bring in another GM if you did decide to fire him, because the new GM's going to say, I'm not crazy about Ben Johnson. I want to get my own guy in there too. So then we're stuck in that circle that we've been stuck in for the last, 30 years or so. So it's really unfortunate that this was another game that showed yet again that the GM has not built a roster that can compete at a level that is needed to win in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, he's terrible at talent evaluation.
Is that important for a GM, talent evaluation?
I would assume so. Yeah. And like we were talking about in the group chat with Buddy Brian, former student Tim, cousin Nate, and we need to add whoever else wants to get in there.
Got them all.
Reach out, let us know. But anyway, I was like, I broke down the drafts and the defensive resources, and he's tried. He just stinks at evaluation. And that was all I was trying to say. But let me just go through it with everybody that's listening as well.
Yes.
Here's the drafts, rounds 1 through 3, because at some point it's a crapshoot from there. Although he needs to do better late. But the first 3 rounds, you should be getting players that matter to your football team. Okay. 2022, corner, safety, wide receiver.
Okay.
That was Gordon, Brisker, the incomparable Bayless Jones.
Oh.
2023, offensive tackle. Got all right. Defensive tackle, Gervon Dexter. Cornerback, 29. Defensive tackle again, Zach Pickens. That means your first 2 third-round picks are no longer on the team.
No, that's not good.
2024, this is the only one where in the top 3 you don't have defense. QB, Caleb. Wide receiver, Rome. Offensive tackle, Kieran Amagaji. About to be off the roster. This time next year, he's probably off the roster. So in the 3rd round, we are effectively 0 for 3.
Wow.
This current draft, totally unfair to care, but we need to see more from him. I mean, please, for the love, get the tight ends involved. At any rate, tight end, Loveland. Wide receiver, Burden. Offensive tackle, Trapillo. Defensive tackle, Stewart. Or whatever his last name is. Is his last name Shamar Stewart?
I don't know. I don't even know. That's the
impact. Well, we know you don't know. Now, if I don't know, there's
Shut
really
up,
trouble.
Man. Oh, it's true. It's true. It's true.
Wait a minute. No, Shamar Stewart, that's the one on the Bengals. Jamar Turner's the one on the Bears.
Right, yeah. I knew that.
Yeah, sure you did. So the point I'm making on the draft is it's relatively even spread. Skews a little skill positioning, but there's plenty of defensive picks there. Okay, then the D-line investment, and I mean, somebody can run the cap numbers, but whatever. I can ballpark it. Montez Sweat, $25 million. Dio, I think, is making 17. Jared is making like 15 or 16. There's a 2nd-round pick. Pickens a 3rd-round pick. There's investment there. this isn't a GM ignoring the position. It's a GM who thinks at evaluate. I'm going to say that 100 times. Linebackers, we all know, right? The two big middle linebackers, same year. We are like, what are we doing? But at least TJ Edwards is pretty good. I think Edmonds has been bad, or at least disappointing.
Not worth the
bad.
contract. Yes, agreed.
Secondary, we got the big deserved extension to Jalen Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bargain. It was a great extension until he just got hurt this year. More on that in a minute. We got the second round pick on 29 that I just mentioned. Gordon in the second, Brisker in the second. So that's a lot of cap dollars and a lot of second round picks on this defense. And who exactly is playing up to snuff in either category?
Yeah.
They need Gordon back, but I mean, if Tyler Gordon is the all end all of your defense, something else is. They're not going to be a good defense if the D line doesn't pick it up.
Correct. Yep. That was my point. Like Gordon's not going to. Well, it'll be better. The secondary
He'll help.
will be better.
He'll help. He's a good player.
But in the end, if there's no pressure up there, it ultimately doesn't matter. So Dennis Allen is supposed to be this great defensive coordinator. Can he maybe try to be a little creative with some pressure? I don't know enough to see if he's been doing that. All I can see is that there isn't any pressure. Have you seen some creativity from the defensive coordinator in terms of just trying to get bodies to the pass rusher? Send a linebacker here and there. Send a safety.
I mean, I didn't see much of it, but I think if you know you can't cover him one-on-one, you can't really risk it. Might be part of his thinking.
But you got to get the quarterback uncomfortable. That is more important
Definitely
than anything else on defense. So, yeah, I know you know that. Sorry, I'm preaching to the choir.
like you do.
Yes.
Listen, everyone. Earlier, he did a little random rendition of a song on his little piano behind him. I'm trying to get him to do it.
I can't now. I'm not in the mood.
Now he's all ticked off because we talked about the defense and the Lions. All right, well, let's keep the bad mood rolling. Jalen Johnson out indefinitely.
Yeah.
He is the best player on this team until further notice.
Not even just defense, team.
I would love at the end of the year to say that it was somebody on the offense. Maybe it's Joe Tooney. I don't know. But I'd love to say it's Caleb, right, by January. But, I mean, this is a huge blow because he's one of their only stars. And it sounds like it might be for the year, but we don't know yet.
That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting he's done for the year.
We should assume the worst, and then if it's not that, at least we're pleasantly surprised.
Yes.
Like I was joking with Jenna about my wife, about
wife Jenna
gambling, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, I could just follow the Bears. Yeah, wife Jenna, there you go, and just pick against them. And if they won, I'm happy they win, and if they lose, I make money. This is what we're reduced to.
That's interesting strategy.
But I also got a kick out of cousin Nate's.
Cousin Nate.
It was the guy. It was not his tweet. Like he sent the tweet, but the guy was like talking himself into the Bears being 7-4, and he was just like, on Sunday we're all 3-14. By Wednesday, people are talking themselves into the playoff picture. It's like, guys, a lot has to change for that to be believable.
Yes. Yeah, I do think there is something to the cooling off that happens Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, Thursday, where we're calmed down, we're a little more rational, so there is something to that.
I really wasn't that bothered by this game.
Okay.
Because I knew the Lions were a much better team now.
True.
And I assumed they would be ticked off based on how they played against Green Bay, probably based on Ben Johnson stuff, which they're just being a bunch of babies about that. Get over it.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought they were also, it was ridiculous. I know Ben took the high road, but I thought it was ridiculous that they were still throwing in the fourth quarter up that big.
Yeah, definitely ran the score up. Yep.
I hope Ben is doing his Michael Jordan. I took that personally. And just saying the right thing publicly. But I will happily float in the revenge whenever we get it. It may not be this year because the Bears suck, but the day is coming. They're no longer the lovable Lions. Right now, they're public enemy number one. As Barry saw, and Alman Ron, Amon-Ra St. Brown pretending to be hurt celebration. Just they were totally classless at the end of that game. I don't care what anyone says, except for Jared Goff. The fans chanting "F you, Ben Johnson" or "F Ben Johnson."
Oh.
And Jared Goff chided him for it in his post game.
Oh, I didn't hear this either part of that. Wow.
Good for you, Jared Goff.
Hmm.
Otherwise, very Bush League up there. But, you got whooped, too. And they were motivated and they were ready to go. But otherwise, I wasn't that upset about it because I didn't expect them, the Bears, to play well in that setting with the way they looked Monday.
Yeah.
And we got a better game out of the offense somehow on the road, mostly because of Caleb and Rome.
Yep.
There's still too many penalties. But I just wasn't that bothered. You let the Vikings off the hook.
Yes.
That was worse to me. But it makes it hard to really have much optimism for the season. However, this season is about the pairing Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. Not about wins and losses. I know how much that sounds like I'm coping. And I am tired of having to think this way. Sure. But it's true. I don't care if they win 7 or 9 games or 5 games. That would be rough.
Yeah.
I care that at the end I can say, hey, I think this is going to work.
Correct. Yes.
Caleb looks like the guy, and so does Ben Johnson. That's so much more important in the long run. I encourage everyone to keep that perspective. The schedule's brutal. Maybe it gets a little easier with Burrow being hurt. Maybe you steal that game or something. But don't get too worked up about the fact that they're not a playoff team in year one. Even though it can happen quickly sometimes, I want to build this thing sustainably over the long haul.
Yeah.
And get your Bears lost bingo cards out. Because we're already 2 in. We've already got collapse with a big lead in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
And utter beatdown with no defense. We just need no offense, 13-10. My gosh, we just set the sport back 40 years game.
That'll be against the Saints.
We need the special team scores a couple touchdowns, but nothing else game. That's a tough one. I'm just playing. Really, the first 3 are the ones. I don't know what the other 2 are. You can help. Bears lost bingo. I don't want to do a coach one or a QB one, although they're probably in the 13-10.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, missed a kick. That's an easy one. That's 4. I just need one more. We can have the listeners help for
red
the
red zone fumble or red zone interception or something like that.
How about move the ball really well but can't score touchdowns?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Also, don't want.
Kind of like the game against Washington a couple years ago, where Fields threw would have been a touchdown to what's his name? He's on Atlanta now.
Oh, yeah.
Mooney, yeah. And Mooney bobbled it before he got to the goal line, or bobbled it in the end zone, maintained position outside. Yeah, one of those kind of things.
Just like it should be a win, but it's not. We'll get there.
Yeah.
They're going to happen. Get your Bears lost bingo card ready.
Big picture, I'm not surprised the Bears are 0-2. But like you said, dropping game 1 the way they did, that sucks. And the beatdown that they got, I thought the Bears it was a 6-point spread. I thought they'd come close to covering, not get beat down absolutely the way they did. But 0-2.
The defense was tired. The offense had sustained several drives before the defense got blown out. They were just bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just going to move on to Dallas. I don't have much else to say about the Detroit game. Rome was great. Had that one drop, but he had a productive day. He's on pace for 26 touchdowns.
Yeah. I see it happening.
I love that.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Dallas played the Giants in a totally bonkers football game. Thanks to their outrageous kicker and passing game, they won 40-37.
Whew. Now the
Cowboys are now favored by a point on the road.
Okay. Sounds about right, because they have no defense either, and they showed you by how many points the Giants put up. Boy, one player did make a big difference, didn't it? I think, was it last show or the show before, you pointed out that with Parsons on the field, Dallas was the number 1 defense, and when he was off the field, they were the 32nd defense.
Yep, by DVOA.
Yeah. So
I think
they
it was.
they have been showing that 30-second defense the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, this is really hilarious as a matchup. It really is. I hope it's a fun game. We have, when the Cowboys have the ball, it's the third best offense versus the 28th best defense, just by
Whew.
yards. I'm just doing yards.
Sure.
It's always by yards. When the Bears have the ball, it's the 15th best offense. Wait a minute, we're in the top half of the league on
Wow.
offense. Wait a minute.
Amazing. Thank you, Ben.
Off-season champs again. It's the 15th offense versus the 30th defense. The
So
28th and 30th defenses.
so the Cowboys are worse in that regard.
Yes.
Amazing.
Can we go back to the Bills preseason game? Anybody want to relive that one?
That was
So we have to pick somebody to win. I'm going to be watching this with the Cowboys. My friend Chris, my other friend Chris,
other friend Chris.
new colleague here at Lipscomb, Chris.
Yes.
He's a Cowboys fan. He's from Texas, and he's
Makes
actually
sense.
pretty hilarious to talk about it with because he's not a delusional Cowboys fan at all.
I got one of those here too. One of our admissions
Yeah.
counselors. Yeah.
And so he invited us over. And at first I was like, I can't be seen in pleasant company watching a Bears game. It's just not allowed. But we're going. So it has all the hallmarks of a shootout on paper.
Yeah.
Which is why I've got the Bears 16-14. No,
Oh.
I've got Dallas 34-24. The Bears offense is pretty much fine and the defense still stinks.
Yeah, that sounds about right, unfortunately. Although I think I'll go a little bit closer. I'll go, how about 38-31, Cowboys over the Bears.
We both still expect a shootout. I mean, it's so funny with the NFL, though. You're like, yeah, it's going to be a shootout. And you just know it's not going to be a shootout now that I've said it. Or it's going to be like a torrential downpour or some stupid thing that changes the whole complexion.
It is in Chicago, right? So, yeah, could be.
All right, so we always pick the division and whatever marquee games we think there are.
Sounds good.
Here's a quick one. Green Bay at Cleveland.
Oh, gosh.
And we're done here.
Yep.
Minnesota. Who do they play? I thought I had.
Amazing.
Well, there's a really great matchup with the Rams and the Eagles.
Oh, that'll be a good one. Yeah. Amazing.
And another one on Monday night. Monday night's excellent.
Who's that?
Oh.
Who's Monday night?
Monday night is Lions and Ravens. Okay, so we'll do that one real quick.
Okay.
Detroit at Baltimore. Baltimore getting 4.5. Yeah. I'd like to see you throw up 52 on the Ravens.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
This is probably the kind of game where I would just pick the home team, and that's what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Give me Baltimore.
Yeah, I agree. And they looked good last week. Better. They didn't have a fourth quarter collapse last week, so yeah, maybe they're back on track. Who is? Did you find Minnesota? Who they have?
I don't know why I don't see them in here. Very good. They just keep skipping right past it.
But
well, you got Atlanta, Carolina, don't care. Houston, Jacks. Oh, there it is. Cincinnati at Minnesota. That's right. It's the Browning versus Wentz game.
Oh,
of those GIs.
So McCarthy got hurt, huh?
Yeah. I like the conspiracy theory that he's not hurt; they're hiding him. Just because I can't stand it. This stupid lawyer stuff.
Well, he looked very much like the first, second, third quarter McCarthy that the Bears faced.
Yep, and I do think he's actually hurt because it didn't look right. He
Yeah.
came off the field after that hit, kind of on the sideline. So I'm just kidding about him being hurt. But Carson Wentz now 6 different starts with 6 different teams in 6 straight years.
Wow.
An NFL first.
And he looked to be locked into that. Was it his second year with Philly that he looked
He's
great?
like an MVP candidate
until he got hurt. Yeah.
He's the latest Kevin O'Connell reclamation project.
Oh, great.
Worked out good for Daniel Jones so far. Isn't that wild?
Unbelievable. Yeah.
That said, I can't take who the heck are you supposed to pick in this? I can't take either of these people.
Yeah, the Burrow
If the Bengals were at home, I'd say Browning would do just enough because he's always playing and doing halfway well. Like it's not like a train wreck as a backup. But in Minnesota, I guess I'll hold my nose and pick the Vikings.
I think Vikings. I like your strategy of go with the coordinator. Who's got the better coaches, better coordinators?
Yeah,
You said that before, so
I don't see how we can say much about the QBs.
yep.
Rams at Philly. Philly getting 3.5. That's 2-0 team. That's a fun.
Nice. I like Philly there.
They're going to do what they do.
Yep.
But I think both these teams are Super Bowl contenders if they keep everybody healthy.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams are really, really good. Really, really well coached. Got
Yep.
a good young defense. Bunch of playmakers. Stafford's great as long as his back doesn't go nuts on him. And obviously, that's the game to watch at noon. Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
And then
their
that's about it.
salary cap trouble didn't really get them in trouble very long, did it? The Rams
They just, I don't know,
just coached
hit the
out of
bullet
it.
1 year and off they went. Funny how well they've been drafting since they didn't care about picks there for a couple of years was the joke, which got them a ring, and
Yeah,
now
it
it's
did.
like, and they can draft well too.
Yep, they sure
How
can.
about this? Our fellow 0-2 Kansas City Chiefs. That's the 0-2 New York Giants. Chiefs might have a problem finally. I know. They don't look explosive at all.
No,
Patrick
they
Mahomes
don't.
scrambling out of desperation is not a great long-term strategy, even if he's uncanny in his ability to be just barely fast enough.
Yeah.
Kelsey does not look the same. He didn't really look that good last year. I know Rice is out, and I know Worthy's out and all, but I guess those guys get back, maybe it'll be different. But they'll probably still be. It's just they look sloppy. They don't look good. The
Mhm.
defense doesn't look as good either.
Yep. I think it should be our new show name, Barely Fast Enough.
That's neither one of us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun telling Chiefs fans here, hey, don't worry, 0-2's not so bad. You get used to it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we just talked about how we're fine. I'm 0-3 already. That's okay.
Yes,
Sunrise, sunset.
but like you said, most important is coach and QB going forward.
Yeah, so Chiefs fans have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, they could win the next 15 and I wouldn't be surprised. So.
All of them by 3 points and basically ugly.
Right, exactly. Yeah. All right, I gotta get ready for my next class, so I'll take us out. Thanks everyone for listening to this episode of Barely Educated. We'll check in with you after the Bears-Cowboys game Sunday afternoon. Until then, have a great weekend. Enjoy some good football. Bear down.
The Bears.
Bears. Pain. Suffering.
My Chicago Bears.
I love the Bears.